Superheroes are kinda boring now. If you're like me, unk, chopped, unemployed, you've probably been witness to the soaring highs and Mariana lows of these fictional characters.
What's all that movement back there?
From the school days of hiding comic books in your bag so you wouldn't get flamed in recess, to everyone and their dads hiding tears in the cinema cause Iron Man just lost his adopted spider's son. That was 8 years ago, so I wouldn't blame y'all for thinking the age of superheroes is over cause every dog has its day, right? A rise, a peak, and a fall off. But sometime during that superhero fall off, someone out there may have just struck gold and forgot to let everyone else know. And his name was Mark Millar. Kinda. This Scottish writer here created Super Crooks, and don't get me wrong, the dude can write, but he truly blew the roof off when he hit a fusion ha with Studio Bones. And if any of you aren't familiar with Studio Bones, trust me, you are. We start off in Supermax, a prison designed to contain and constrain superpowered villains. This is where we find
prisoner number 003839, Johnny Bolt.
Johnny Bolt can be summarized into 2 words: smooth criminal. Not like that, although he and his girl Casey can bust a move. He is a supervillain through and through. He got his style and charisma stats so maxed out, dudes in prison bend over ass out for him.
You're gay!
But life wasn't always easy for Johnny. After being involved in a freak accident where he tried to play hero for clout, he discovered something else his powers could give him.
Here we go.
And that lifetime of crime leads him right to the most sorry team of supervillains you have ever seen. We've got Frostbite, powers are kinda spelled out here. Kismet, his power is spreading bad luck to a target like this cop car. If you remember Domino from Deadpool 2, it's pretty much that, but reversed. Domino gives herself really good luck, Kismet gives her really bad luck, and Transmit, who can teleport himself and things around him. And this crew of Johnny and his close friends are trying to pull off a diamond heist in San Francisco. Only problem is, it's them versus an entire team of dispatchers calling up whichever hero they can get on the job, leading their runaway chase into a scuffle with Rubberball.
Hello, San Francisco!
Okay, I know, this dude is basically a glorified big wheel, but trust me, this show has a way of turning the most mundane sounding heroes into actual entertaining sequences. He's on the chase against Johnny and gang through the city, almost crushing these 2 civilians like they didn't already deal with 100 other potholes on the way there. As Rubberball bounces into the air,
Watch your jet, bro. Watch your jet!
Transmit manages to teleport onto Johnny's car in the nick of time. So, can you guess what Rubberball does next? Does he A. hit the target who is ass out exposed next to him? B. bounce in front of their bikes to stop them all in their tracks? C. do literally anything useful? Or D. kill every civilian living on their block for absolutely no reason? Yes, if you guessed D, you are right. This man decided to just roll into every single house on that road because apparently debris is going to do more damage than a giant rubber ball that can crush metal like a Nature Valley bar. Imagine coming back home from a long shift of slaving at work, cracking open a drink and chilling in your living room as you turn on the news to see Rubberball chasing a bunch of quote-unquote villains just down your street. You look out the window cheering on Rubberball like, yeah, get him Rubberball! Only to see this giant pink and blue ball of idiot rolling through your entire home, crushing you and everyone you have ever known. And mind you, he is doing all of this for a group of criminals who have just stolen $30,000 in jewelry.
Lock his ass up! Lock his ass up!
Johnny and the gang make it through the debris without a scratch, as Frostbite creates a ramp for them to avoid any traffic.
Later.
They reach back into city traffic, where Rubberball is still bouncing on these innocent cars for zero reason. You know you're a terrible hero when villains are telling you to stop killing. Frostbite and Transmit use their team up as they teleport Frostbite's ice rays all across the street, covering it in ice pillars. Rubberball tries to maneuver his way out but fails the QuickTime event. He yaps about being a newbie and showing off for the gram, but Johnny wasn't trying to hear any of that, so he zaps him and dashes away as Kismet runs over his legs on the way out.
Think he'll ever walk again? It's no biggie. He'll still roll.
The fanfares start as Johnny and his friends cruise into the sunset, through the San Francisco Bridge, everyone glazing each other as their escape plane flies overhead. So you already know that when they're getting teleported, they had to end up right in front of
the Praetorian!
Okay, quick history lesson. Back in 27 BC, the first Roman Emperor Augustus created the Praetorian Guard to protect and serve emperors with their life. Ah, so he's gotta be like super heroic, saving lives like Captain America, right?
Laser eyes! Perfect!
We're gonna get to that later. On top of being extremely durable and jacked as fuck, his powers are basically getting one randomly chosen power like explosives, earthquakes, or flight. Some of my favorites are
Sword 666, Womanizer, No Stuffer, Balloon Assassin, 5-second rule, Baddie Bomb, Gender Bender, 2 birds 1 bomb, Jerk Chicken Race, Rock Paper Scythe, and 3-second rule, the acclaimed sequel to 5-second rule.
But arguably, his greatest power is being able to copy the powers of someone he's fought before. Yeah, his abilities get kinda muddy, cause how would he have copied Transmit's abilities if he's never fought him before? I don't know, but main thing is, this guy is insanely strong. And he pretty much has access to every superpower, just at random. Technically. Even though he gets the right one at the right time, I don't know, just turn your brain off. Copy powers are not new to anime fans, we've all seen Kakashi before, but I love the way they built it into the world around him. Take the economy, for example. He literally has an entire online stock market built around people betting on what ability he's gonna use next. Whole gambling stores built around him. So when we see him use a fireball or create 4 different copies of himself, it's not an isolated event of someone just using their powers. It's an action that affects the entire world around him. That's how you write realistic superheroes. Because if there was an Earth out there that had superheroes as long as it had humans, it's not as simple as just Earth, but some humans are insanely strong now. It's more likely going to be that a lot of the systems we as humans are used to have slight differences to accommodate for superheroes and the way they reshape society, whether it's them being in the military, transformed by capitalism, getting recruited into workforces, etc, etc. It's the small immersive things like that which pull me into the universe more than any flashy fights and funny dialogue can do.
Gubernatorial.
Anyway, yap session over, back to flashy fights and funny dialogue. Praetorian's clones split up to take on each villain, one by one. Pretty convenient random ability for this fight, but okay. Frostbite's our first victim, freezing Praetorian and the rest of the forest, but Praetorian breaks out, turning himself into a fridge to fireball Jutsu Frostbite into a Dragon Ball death screen. He jumps through the fire and we get to see the face of a man who knows it's over. Praetorian kicks him in the gut so hard that his whole body's folding, dispersing the entire pit of fire he created. Frostbite's moving at Mach 10, about to break orbit as Praetorian slams him back down into the ground. He curb stomps Frostbite without an ounce of emotion on his face, lifting him up with a foot still dug into his mouth. Chun-Li 100 lightning kicks him, somersaults backwards and hits the Jaden Smith Karate Kid, digging his head into the ground. Bro, he's literally practicing fighting game combos on another human being for the fashion.
Beaten to death.
And honestly, I'm with it. I don't get the complaints about how crazy the action is. If you're making an anime, go wild with it. Live action, we're limited by what looks realistic, what can we put into CGI that's not gonna cost $200 million. But with anime, you can draw whatever you want. So why wouldn't you draw someone getting their head dug into the ground like an ostrich? Kismet's second in line, spreading as much of his bad luck as he can, getting into a clash clash with Praetorian, somehow he's able to reflect it back because fuck you, that's why. Take this, shark. The fight could have been over there and then, done and dusted, but of course, the heroes in this show have to pull the most insane shit ever, and Praetorian crushes the shark while he's in it into hundreds of pieces, curb stomping Kismet into submission. Through all of this carnage, Transmit and Johnny manage to stay together, teleporting to the car park to make a getaway, until Praetorian instant transmissions in front of Transmit, kicking him into the air. And as he's falling down, zoom into his hands. He's actually about to catch him. He might be a hero. Johnny's horrified at this point, and Praetorian teleports behind him, hitting him with the... landing him on the car with his body folded, palms sweaty, knees weak, arms heavy, as he uses his electricity, overcharging every car's headlight to solar flare Praetorian. Only thing is, he forgot that Praetorian has 3 other clones that already laid out his whole crew. They get into a Mexican standoff, and after speaking for a bit, turns out Praetorian actually has a change of heart. After yapping with Johnny for a bit, he actually lets them go, flying into the sunset as Casey, Johnny's girl, slides in for a getaway. Remember in the video when I mentioned that Johnny's girl is gonna be important later? Turns out, Praetorian did not undergo a massive character development during that talk. He was actually lobotomized by Casey into thinking Johnny and the crew are some poor villains who got dealt the wrong hand in life. Yeah, she's pretty much got mind control powers. Immediately, you're probably wondering why she hasn't joined any of the heists before, and to that I'd say for 1, look at these idiots, and for 2, she's got a much bigger score on her mind. 1, led by the Heat.
Who's the Heat?
The Heat was an infamous criminal, hitting jewelry stores and making getaways time and time again, hitting shops all across the state, and did it all without killing anyone in his 45 years of burglary. And all without powers too. He was a bit of a Robin Hood back in his day, but he just turned 30, so he's practically 1 leg deep into retirement already. He's banding together a ragtag team of supes to pull off the biggest heist of the century. And we gon' speed run through this team cause I might turn into dust if I spent another day editing this video. From the new faces, we've got Roddy and Sammy Diesel, brothers with the power to regenerate any part of their body. Absolute psychos willing to damn near kill themselves to get the job done. On the other side is TK, a telekinetic who was also in Supermax with Johnny. Could low-key be Magneto if he locked in. Next to TK we've got Ghost. He's able to phase through walls and go invisible, making him the perfect spy for the group. And lastly, we've got Forecast. He's the dark horse of the group.
What do you mean by that?
The weird one. Somehow in this group he stands out because he just doesn't care, and not in the nonchalant kind of way. It's more like he's just there for fun. And those are our super crooks. Wait, why are the lights dimming? No, I was just getting to the best part. Yeah, I gotta cut it off here, fellas. Believe me, it would have been fun to cover some of the insanity the rest of the show dives into, but I'm only human after all. But on the bright side, everything I've covered here is all in the first 5 episodes. So if you're still interested, you've got 8 more to watch yourself if you want to see how the rest of it goes. Super Crooks is not perfect. To be honest, I actually really liked it back in 2021 when I first stumbled upon it. But after seeing how critical the reception was, I got a bit worried that I may just have rose-tinted glasses. It's the same reason that the title of this video is The Craziest Superhero Show and not The Greatest Superhero Show. Because on most metrics of shows being great, there's probably something out there that writes better dialogue, has funnier characters, or has a better story overall. But after thinking about that sentiment for a while, I realized, man, I don't give a fuck! This show has style, beautiful animation, and its soundtrack has jazz. Cowboy Bebop style jazz. And you expect me to care that some powers don't make sense, that the writing has plot holes, or that the characters don't develop? Okay, I kinda care. But my point here is, even if you enjoy something, and you don't even know why you derive so much pleasure from watching it, despite everyone else seemingly hating it, just go have fun, man. We've only got so much time on this earth, and even less of that to spend on doing things we actually wanna do. So just have fun. Go watch that show, go watch that anime, go enjoy that game. Because it's way too easy to just get lost in the sauce of opinion here, opinion there, and forget why we even came to do these things in the first place. If any movies or shows came to your mind after hearing that you enjoy despite everyone else dunking on it, let me know in the comment section. But with that said, Rubberball deserves jail time. The intro does not need Lights by Ellie Goulding to be good, and the boys could have been the best villain team of all time if they just locked in.
I'm having my way, that's so cool. Pockets way, your time, pockets full. I'm like, hold that bitch, is that your bae? Feel like Jesus, bitch, I'm on the way. Feel like Jesus, bitch, I'm on the move. Hit a dog in that bitch, 42. Hit a dog in that bitch, I begin. I'm money, ain't care about the touch, she not blow. I ain't fuck with nobody.